Listen up, you coding wizards, you masters of design patterns, you makers of digital magic. If you're a skilled programmer who feels like you're in a tiny box, it's time to break free and paint a much bigger picture of your career. Forget the stereotype of programmers being isolated geniuses who live in the basement and survive on pizza. Sure, you can write beautiful code, but your skills go way deeper than that. Your brain is wired for solving problems, for seeing those elegant patterns that make complex systems tick. That's a superpower businesses across the globe would kill for. You're a natural collaborator, and let's be honest, even solo projects involve working with, or sometimes fighting against, those tricky machines. So why is your programming background such a big deal? Let's break it down. Problem solving is your sixth sense. Every time you debug a program, you're flexing that problem-solving muscle. This ability doesn't just apply to code. Think troubleshooting complex business issues, streamlining operations in a Japanese factory, or optimizing anything that needs a logical mind. Design patterns, your secret weapon. Knowing those patterns shows you don't just slap code together. You understand how to architect software elegantly, and that translates to any tech-driven field. Teamwork, the programmer way. From collaborating on GitHub projects to figuring out why that one teammate's code always breaks the build. You know how to play nicely with others and how to troubleshoot their problems too. You are Captain Adaptation. In the tech world, change is the only constant. You're always learning new frameworks, mastering new languages, and figuring out better ways to do things. That dedication to continuous learning makes you incredibly valuable, because businesses need people who can adapt. From code to command, top 10 unexpected jobs where your programming prowess pays off. Ready to widen your horizons? Here are 10 exciting paths where your programming background sets you apart from the crowd. 1. Data scientist. Imagine having the power to uncover hidden stories within mountains of information. That's the world of a data scientist. Picture yourself forecasting customer behavior for a booming online retailer in India, helping a healthcare startup in Europe discover breakthrough insights, or even optimizing traffic patterns in a bustling city. Talk about making an impact. Forget boring spreadsheets. This field is all about finding patterns that drive change. A data scientist's day involves a delightful mix of coding, often using languages like Python, flexing those statistical analysis muscles, and crafting those aha visualizations that make complex data easy to understand. To get your foot in the door, a solid foundation in programming and a love of statistics are essential. But here's where you can really stand out: domain expertise. Understanding the ins and outs of finance, healthcare, or even marketing gives your data superpowers context. The payoff for this brainpower: excellent salaries across the globe. Data scientists are in high demand, and if you can niche down into a specific area, you're golden. Who's looking for your awesome analytical skills? Obviously, tech giants are always hungry for talent. But think broader: banks, major retailers, government agencies. Anyone sitting on a mountain of data needs help making sense of it all. If you have an endlessly curious mind, always see patterns even in everyday life, and can clearly explain complex stuff to people who don't speak data, this could be your dream role. Just be warned, real-world data is rarely neat and tidy. Get ready to spend a chunk of your time cleaning up messy datasets. Consider it a puzzle to solve before the real fun begins. 2. Quantitative analyst aka quant. Imagine harnessing the power of math and code to navigate the thrilling world of global finance. As a quantitative analyst, or quant, you'll be designing the algorithms that drive high-stakes trading strategies, or building those complex risk models that help institutions avoid disaster. Think of it as the ultimate brain teaser with real-world consequences. This isn't just about Wall Street. From bustling financial hubs in London to the booming markets of Asia, the demand for quants is truly global. Get ready for a whirlwind of programming, number crunching, and deep dives into financial markets. You'll be backtesting trading strategies, digging into statistical analysis, and wrapping your head around all those fascinating and sometimes terrifying financial instruments. A solid foundation in math is essential, often even a master's or PhD. But strong coding skills and a genuine interest in how markets work will supercharge your career potential. The payoff: let's just say successful quants are rewarded handsomely. Bonuses can be staggering, but beware, the market is a fickle beast. Your brilliant algorithm could just as easily blow up in your face, so be prepared for the roller coaster ride. Who's looking for your brainpower? Think big investment banks, secretive hedge funds, and those high-frequency trading firms, or every millisecond matters. If you have an endless fascination with numbers, thrive under immense pressure, and love applying code to solve complex real-world problems, this could be your high-stakes calling. Just remember, the markets never sleep, and neither will you if your model starts making bad decisions. 3. Blockchain developer. Get ready to join the wild frontier of digital finance and trust. Blockchain developers are the pioneers shaping a decentralized future, and their talents are in demand throughout the globe. Imagine building secure digital contracts that revolutionize global trade, helping a healthcare startup in Africa ensure unbreakable patient records, or even working with a government to create a more transparent voting system, while the world of cryptocurrency grabs headlines and wallets. A blockchain developer's day-to-day is much more grounded. Expect a healthy dose of coding smart contracts, often using languages like Solidity, diving deep into cryptography, and designing how blockchain systems interact with the messy real world. A solid programming foundation gets you started, but specialized blockchain training is essential to truly understand the potential and pitfalls of this technology, and it's crucial to see beyond the hype. Grasping the broader concepts of decentralization and distributed ledgers is what separates the pros from the amateur crypto brothers. To pay off, expect solid salaries and the chance to get in on a ground floor project that could change the world and make you very wealthy in the process. But remember, this is the Wild West of finance and technology. Be prepared for a roller coaster ride and only invest time or money in projects you truly believe in. Who's hiring? Obviously, blockchain startups are everywhere, but even traditional companies, from banks to supply chain giants, are exploring how to responsibly use this tech. And governments are scrambling to play catch-up on regulation, creating opportunities for those who understand the legal side too. If you believe tech can build a more transparent and equitable world, have a meticulous mind for security, and aren't afraid of an ever-evolving landscape, then the world of blockchain awaits. Just watch out for scams and always do your own research before jumping on the hype train. 4. User interface and user experience UI. UX designer. Imagine being the reason people actually enjoy using software. As a UX designer, you're the bridge between the world of code and that of human experience. Your mission, to make apps and websites so intuitive, so delightful, and so perfectly suited to the task that people across the globe will rave about them. Think about guiding a grandmother in Japan through a new banking app, or helping a bustling marketplace in Africa streamline the experience for their vendors. Great UX isn't just about pretty pixels, it's about unlocking the potential of technology for everyone. What might a UX designer's daily adventure look like? Expect lots of detective work, trying to understand how users truly think, brainstorming clever designs on whiteboards or virtual ones, building clickable prototypes, and working hand-in-hand with engineers to turn your vision into reality. Remember all the testing and tweaking you did with your iOS apps. That iterative process is your superpower here too. A background in visual design is a plus, but don't underestimate the value of your coding experience. That understanding of what's possible technically gives you a serious advantage. The payoff for creating beautiful, user-centered designs, solid salaries, and a career path that's in high demand. Agencies, software companies, even traditional businesses are realizing just how valuable great UX is. And freelance opportunities abound for ambitious designers with a track record. If you find yourself analyzing the layout of restaurant menus, obsessing over why certain apps are so addictive, and genuinely believe technology should be usable by everyone, then this could be your calling. Just be prepared for a bit of frustration when those well-meaning stakeholders want to add 20 more buttons to your clean design, or when technology simply won't bend to your will. 5. DevOps engineer. Get ready to become the ultimate tech efficiency superhero. DevOps engineers are the ones who make software roll out smoothly, systems run without hiccups, and servers cooperate most of the time. If the thought of eliminating repetitive tasks, streamlining complex processes, and building a digital infrastructure that just works makes you giddy, this could be your dream gig. Think about it. Every app, every website relies on a complex hidden world of servers, databases, and networks. A DevOps engineer isn't just about knowing one piece of the puzzle. They're the master conductor ensuring everything works in harmony. This field has a truly global reach. Companies in bustling tech hubs like Berlin, sprawling enterprises in Asia, or even healthcare providers embracing digital transformation all rely on DevOps principles to keep things running. Your days will be a dynamic mix of scripting to automate those boring tasks, building infrastructure in the cloud, think mastering AWS or Azure, keeping an eagle eye on monitoring systems, and even jumping in to troubleshoot that mysterious bug that only appears on production servers. The foundation of any successful DevOps engineer is a passion for programming and scripting, plus a deep understanding of cloud platforms. The payoff: excellent salaries and a career that's only growing more in demand. As companies scramble to keep their complex tech stacks humming along, who's looking for your superpowers? Think software companies of all sorts, large tech-dependent businesses like banks or massive online retailers, and those cool consultancies that help businesses get their DevOps house in order. If you have a knack for problem solving, a love for automating the tedious stuff, and enjoy the mix of coding and managing those invisible systems, DevOps could be incredibly rewarding. Just be prepared for the occasional late-night troubleshooting session when things go haywire, and the need to constantly stay on top of the latest and greatest cloud technologies. 6. Software Quality Assurance Co-Tester. Imagine having the superpower to save companies from disastrous software launches. As a quality assurance co-engineer, you're the digital defender, the guardian against bugs that could ruin the user experience or worse, cripple a business. Think about preventing a bug in medical software used by doctors in Europe, stopping a banking app glitch that frustrates customers in India, or saving an online game launch from being a total flop. This is impactful work. While developers focus on creation, you're the ultimate skeptic. You'll craft intricate test plans, meticulously try to break software in ways no sane user would, but trust me, they will. And even write code that automates testing for those repeatable scenarios. Your programming background is your secret weapon. You understand how developers think, which means you can anticipate where those pesky bugs might be lurking. QA-specific courses are great for mastering techniques, but that coding experience is invaluable. The payoff: salaries can be surprisingly good, especially for those who excel at automation and niche specializations. And hey, remember that every successful product launch you contribute to is another feather in your cap, and can open doors to leadership roles further down the line. Who wants your bug hunting skills? Basically, any software company with users who expect things to actually work. From huge tech giants to small startups and even freelance gigs, good co-engineers are always in demand. If you're the kind of person who puzzles over why your coffee maker fails in a spectacularly weird way, has the patience to follow detailed test cases, and gets real satisfaction squashing bugs before they cause chaos, this could be your calling. Just be prepared for the occasional late-night stress session when an urgent fix is needed, and the sometimes frustrating battle of convincing developers that their code baby has flaws. 7. Technical Sales Engineer. Get ready to be the trusted translator between the world of code and the world of business. Technical sales engineers are the ones who bridge that gap, armed with deep product knowledge and the ability to explain exactly why a piece of software is going to change a client's life. Think about guiding a major manufacturing company in France towards a new automation solution, helping a healthcare startup in Brazil pick the right cloud-based tools, or showing a skeptical government agency how your software can improve their processes. This is about solving real problems, building relationships, and watching your tech knowledge directly impact an organization's bottom line. Your day-to-day is a mix of exciting demos, answering those tough questions and impressing the client with your actual understanding, digging into the client's challenges, and strategically explaining how your software is the perfect solution. That iOS background you have. Pure gold. Clients will trust you infinitely more because you're not just reciting a sales pitch, you actually get how the technology functions. The payoff: Technical sales can be extremely lucrative. Your base salary is good, and commissions on big deals can mean serious bonuses. Who's looking for your skills? Software companies, especially those selling complex products to other businesses. You'll also find consultancies specializing in niche tech areas that need people with your blend of expertise. If you enjoy interacting with people, thrive on finding creative solutions, and have that confidence born from truly understanding what you're selling, this could be the perfect path to combine your tech skills with some serious earning potential. Just be prepared for travel, the occasional stress of hitting those sales targets, and being always on for important clients. 8. Artificial Intelligence (AI) and Machine Learning (ML) Developer. Get ready to ride the wave of the future. AI and machine learning (ML) engineers are the ones building the artificial brains that are transforming everything. Think diagnosing diseases more accurately with medical image analysis in the UK, revolutionizing agriculture with smart farming systems in Africa, or optimizing traffic flows in bustling cities across Asia. This is a field where innovation meets real-world impact. Your daily adventures will involve a mix of wrestling with massive datasets. Get used to saying "my data needs cleaning." Coding up clever algorithms in Python, training those artificial brains to recognize patterns, and most importantly, figuring out how to get your creations out of the lab and into the hands of people who can benefit. Your programming background is a great start, but to dive into the world of AI, ML, you'll need a passion for math and statistics, plus those specialized courses that teach you how to build different types of neural networks. To pay off, experts in this field are in huge demand, and skilled engineers with a proven track record can command impressive salaries. Who wants your AI skills? Tech giants, definitely, but don't underestimate the AI revolution happening in traditional industries. Banks, healthcare providers, manufacturers, and even governments are scrambling to find ways to utilize this tech. And let's not forget the explosion of AI-focused startups with ambitious ideas. If you're endlessly curious about how machines can be made to learn, have the patience to tweak and refine your models, and a knack for explaining those black box results to stakeholders, this field offers huge potential. Just be aware that AI isn't magic. You'll spend a surprising amount of time fixing messy data, and it's crucial to think about the broader ethical implications of the technologies you build. 9. Robotics Engineer. Imagine bringing the robots of science fiction to life. If you're fascinated by machines that sense, think, and move, then robotics engineering could be your dream career. Think about designing a robotic arm that helps factory workers in Germany assemble products with precision, programming a tiny robot used for delicate surgical procedures in Japan, or creating a playful helper robot for elderly care in Australia. Robotics is a global field bursting with potential. As a robotics engineer, your days will overflow with coding algorithms to control robot movements, making sensors work with your code, and maybe even a little mechanical design tinkering. Expect endless testing. Robots always have a mind of their own. Your programming skills are the foundation, but a love of mechanical engineering, or at least a willingness to collaborate with those experts, will set you apart. Robotics-specific courses are becoming more accessible, giving you the specialized knowledge to dive in deeper. The payoff: salaries in robotics are competitive, and with the right niche expertise, you can command a premium. Plus, there's the chance of joining cutting-edge research labs or innovative startups building the next generation of robots. Who's looking for your robot triangling skills? Robotics companies, of course, but also traditional manufacturers embracing automation on their factory floors. Research labs pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and those ambitious self-driving car startups because hey, a car is just a really complex robot if you're the kind of person who thrives on solving both software and hardware puzzles, and who doesn't mind when your robot creation suddenly decides to dance instead of walk, then this amazingly diverse field is ready for you. Just remember, complex systems bring complex bugs. Debugging a robot's movements is way harder than fixing a few lines of broken code. 10. Technical Writer and Educator. Get ready to unleash your inner tech translator and help others level up their skills. As a technical educator, you'll be the guiding light for developers, explaining complex concepts with crystal clarity and empowering a whole new generation of coders. Think about crafting a tutorial that helps someone in Brazil finally master that tricky programming concept. Writing documentation that makes even the most intimidating API approachable. Or delivering a talk at a conference in Europe that sparks a wave of aha moments. Your day-to-day could involve lots of research. Gotta keep your own skills sharp, transforming your knowledge into well-written tutorials or engaging course content, and building your own platform. Whether it's a snazzy website, a buzzing social media presence, or a mix of both, your programming experience isn't just about what you know, it's what sets your teaching apart. You can explain things from the ground up because you've been in the coding trenches. While your writing and communication skills are key, the real magic is in your ability to break down complex stuff into easily digestible bits. Teaching experience is a huge plus, but even more important is your genuine passion for simplifying technology. The payoff here goes beyond a paycheck. The satisfaction of knowing you've helped countless people unlock new skills is priceless. And while it takes time to build a following, your work could lead to passive income from course sales, lucrative writing contracts with tech companies, or even getting paid to speak at those fancy conferences. Who's looking for your skills? Tech blogs, online course platforms like Udemy, and companies constantly struggling to document their APIs in a way that actually makes sense. If you enjoy making tech less intimidating, have endless patience for beginners, and aren't afraid to put yourself out there to build an audience, this could be the perfect blend of your skills. Beware, it's a crowded field, and your programming background becomes your unique edge. It might take a while to build momentum, but the rewards are truly life-changing both for you and your students. Let's break down those exciting career possibilities into practical steps to take your programming skills towards a fulfilling new direction. Skills translation. Think beyond the code. Treat your career exploration like a language translation exercise. Instead of just stating you built software, describe the underlying problems you tackled and the impact of your work. Did you streamline inventory management for a booming e-commerce startup in India? Quantify it. Maybe a 15% efficiency gain thanks to your solution. Numbers grab attention. Now, be ruthlessly honest with yourself. Do you secretly dread writing documentation, making the tech educator path a bad fit? Or maybe you discovered a love for designing intuitive interfaces during a side project. Acknowledging what you don't enjoy is just as valuable as highlighting your strengths. Finally, remember those soft skills. Collaborating on code, solving thorny problems under pressure, juggling client requests. This is your treasure trove. Don't relegate them to an afterthought. They're what make you stand out. Targeted learning. Fill the gaps wisely. Don't think you need to start with expensive formal courses. There's a universe of amazing free resources. Want a taste of AI before committing to a pricey bootcamp? Explore those online tutorials and try building a simple image recognition project. This kind of initiative speaks volumes to potential employers. Think creatively about your existing work. Can you tweak that side project of yours to demonstrate your interest in user experience design? Could you add a simple data analysis component to showcase your interest in the data world? Showing how you're actively bridging the gap is huge. Sometimes you do need a bit of paper proof. Luckily, there's a whole world of micro-credentials. Think short, focused online courses that give you a solid grasp of in-demand skills, cloud architecture, specific design patterns, you name it. These signal to employers that you're dedicated to your new path. Networking. It's about knowledge, not begging. Forget those generic job titles. Use LinkedIn's powerful search tools to find folks based on their skills. Did you find someone who made the leap from programmer to UX designer a few years ago? Perfect, that's your target for an informational interview. Remember, you're asking for their insights and path, not a handout. This plants a seed, makes you memorable, and gives you invaluable inside information on what skills are actually required. And finally, think about how you can help first. Is there someone in your dream field who could use a small coding project, even pro bono? This builds trust faster than any generic resume and lets you put those shiny new skills into action. Get ready to shine a spotlight on your potential, not just your coding past. It's time to show employers the exciting directions you're exploring and the hidden powers your programming experience has unleashed. Let's talk strategies. Here are some extra tips to accelerate your journey. Can you shadow someone doing your dream job for a day? Even just observing a data scientist building risk models for a bank will either solidify your interest or save you a whole lot of wasted time. And remember, patience is key. Big career shifts are a marathon, not a sprint. Each small project, every course, and conversation with someone in the field gets you closer to that awesome goal. Finally, find your tribe. Online forums, local meetups, and even international conferences for your niche are out there. These are places where you'll find support, insider knowledge, and maybe even a job lead that never gets posted on any generic job board. Let's wrap this up with a dose of motivation. You've built an amazing foundation with your programming skills. Now it's time to show the world the incredible range of opportunities waiting for you. Whether you see yourself designing self-driving cars in Germany, building ethical AI systems for startups in Africa, or revolutionizing education with tech, your journey is uniquely yours. So, does any of this spark your imagination? If so, let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. Someone in our community could be the UX designer in Berlin who started as a coder, or the AI expert who transitioned from building mobile games. Tap into their knowledge and experience. And hey, maybe you'll inspire someone who's just starting their own career change adventure. Thank you for watching. Let's smash those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, with your skills and the passion to learn, the possibilities are truly endless.